Yo, how's it going, YouTube? Coming back at you with round round seven. Virginia Roanoke Regionals, round seven. Michael Bergerac playing Granbull versus Stephen Hunter playing Ninetales Decidueye Zoroark. So I do think this matchup is generally favored, pretty favored, slightly favored. It's favored for the Zoroark Decidueye Ninetales deck. It can get close, but definitely favored for the Decidueye deck. Yeah, just kind of depends how fast and aggressive the Granbull player can be, how quickly they can how many times they can kind of one shot the Ninetales or the Zoroarks depending on what's being attacked with, and if enough Shrine ticks get on the Decidueye. So if a Decidueye ever attacks, can you just get the one shot? So yeah, definitely favored for the Decidueye Zoroark side. Sometimes it feels like it's very favored. Sometimes it feels like it's not that favored at all. But yeah, generally seems pretty favored for the Decidueye player. Yeah, just going to be looking to one-shot Granbulls constantly. You can do stuff like chase the Macargo, chase the Orangaroos. We'll just see how it plays out. So we see Michael going first. Double Nest Ball without even a what's it called, it looks like. Without even an Apricorn Maker here, and he goes Nest Ball, and then he chooses to use the Pokénavs after, and he wants to do that because he wants to find the evolutions. And there's another Apricorn Maker. Probably see double Nest Ball again, I would imagine. Once again, saving the Pokénav that he has in hand, wants to use it to find the evolutions. There's a Nest Ball, and there's gonna be another Nest Ball, maybe a Great Ball. Looks like a Great Ball. Yep, looks like Nest Ball, Great Ball. Probably Nest Ball for second Orangaroo, I would imagine. There he goes. Nest Ball, Great Ball. Shuffling up. I assume he's going back in. But we'll see. He's maybe just going to chill for the turn and hit it with a pass. Cut. Oh, he's going to go with the Great Ball first. Okay, that's why I shuffled up first. All right, goes with the Great Ball first. Goes with the Orangaroo. So this is a little bit... well, maybe on the Pokénav he wanted the option of the energy too. So I guess that makes sense then. Great Ball finds the Orangaroo. You really want to get two Orangaroo out aggressively with this deck. You want to draw the cards. It's kind of your only source of card draw. You don't play any draw supporters. You have Macargo to set up your top deck, Orangaroo to draw cards. That's it. That's the only cards you're drawing. Nest Ball, Snubble. And we'll probably see him bench Orangaroo for one. I guess we'll probably see the Pokénav as well to draw a card. He's gonna go with the Instruct first, it looks like. Instruct for one, and then he's gonna go with the Pokénav after that. Okay. Sets up the Macargo on top, has double Granbull in hand, so he's off to a great start. He even can have access to the Guzma if he wants, and pick his target of what he wants to knock out next turn. Take the Macargo. Oh, you can take a Pokemon with that. So it takes the Macargo, sets up the Guzma on top. So he's just ready to go. And we'll see how good of a turn one we have for Stefan here. I have the Ultra Ball. I would assume it's going to be for Lele for Elm. I can't imagine him getting really anything else. And then I would imagine we see either Vulpix, or Vulpix Rowlet, or Sarua Rowlet. Really depends on what his hand is. It is going to be a Lele. Hopefully we see the Elm to see a good game here. That usually means it's going to be a good game. If he was to get a Cynthia, it's not looking as good. It is the Elm. See him eyeing up a lot of things. He's got to pick only 3 of them, though. What's he going to go with? Ends up going with... still deciding. Ditto for sure. Rowlet, and then Vulpix. Okay. I almost want to see a Zorua over the Vulpix. Nah, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. They all come down. Really want to set up 2 Decidueyes. Retreat to the Vulpix. Oh, he's gonna Beacon this turn. Okay, that makes sense then. I thought he was maybe gonna leave the Zorua active, but if he is going for the Beacon, this makes sense. I think I see a Muck in his hand. So that's gonna be a huge in this matchup. Shut down Bergerac's Orangaroos. And Bergerac might be in some trouble with that if it is gonna be a turn 2 Muck here from Stefan. It's gonna go, looks like Zoroark, Lele. Yeah, Zoroark, Lele. Gonna go with Zoroark, Lele. So I don't know if Bergerac knows that Stefan plays the Muck. And I'm almost positive I saw it in Stefan's hand. There's the Smooth Over. Just probably going to be for, yeah, Fairy Energy. And then at that point, you either Guzma and knock out something that you want to Guzma. And I think you'd want to Guzma KO the Rowlet generally. But if you know he plays Muck, you definitely want to Guzma KO the Ditto. So he'll go play the Guzma. And you either want to take out the Rowlet or you want to take out the Ditto. But it all comes down if you know he plays Muck or not. And I don't know if Bergerac knows that or not. And actually, if he has second Macargo in the deck, you'd probably want to get that over that. Setting up 2, what's it called, can be risky in this matchup. This works too. This way works too. Go and evolve first. And we see the Guzman on the Ditto. Okay, so we're not going to have any, what's it called, shenanigans here. Muck shenanigans. I'm actually surprised he evolved the Snubble instead of the Ditto. So I think that was actually a mistake from Bergerac. Okay, so now that Decidueye can kind of like pick on the Dittos, the Decidueye can kind of pick on the Ditto at some point, potentially. So if he has a second Macargo in deck, he could have set it up to use both Instructs instead of both Macargo. So if he's saving the Ditto for Macargo, you could have done that if it's in deck. If it's prize, you should just commit to evolving the Ditto to Granbull. Otherwise, if the Macargo is in deck, you should do the double. If you're saving the Ditto for Macargo and the Macargo's in deck, you could have done it this turn as Bergerac. You could have evolved Smooth Over Macargo, evolve to Granbull, Instruct, get the Macargo, evolve to Ditto to Macargo, Smooth Over the Energy, Instruct, get the Energy. And then still done the exact same play, but you have 2 Macargos in play. If he's not saving the Ditto for Macargo, then just protect it right now by evolving it to a Granbull. You're getting random prize, and then you don't know what your top deck is. You don't know how you're gonna be able to sculpt your next turn to be able to handle doing a hit next turn, hitting your opponent next turn. So I really don't like that not evolving. Either it should be a Macargo now, or the Macargo's prize between it should be a Granbull now. It should be one of the 2, I feel like at this point. Just for safety reasons. And yeah, there's the Muck in the hand from Stefan. Unfortunately, his Ditto did go down. Bergerac, that's a pretty fortunate turn 2. Like, it's a pretty solid turn 2 there from Bergerac. You usually can't Guzma KO whatever you want as Granbull on your second turn. That's usually not that's not a consistent turn 2 from Granbull. You're usually a little bit more limited, and there goes the Muck to the discard pile. So he traded before he played the Draw Supporter. I'm not a big fan of that. I like building on my hand, especially when you don't have. I don't think he had a piece of the combo to get Decidueye out. So there's the KO. I'm gonna rewatch this here. Lele Muck, Lele Muck, DCE, something. He top decks counter gain. Zoroark, attach. That's fine. Counter gain. Lele for Cynthia. So he should just play Cynthia immediately. I don't think he has a piece of the Decidueye combo, either Red Candy or Decidueye. And even if you did, you'd still rather build on your hand than not. So I really don't like him not just immediately playing Cynthia. Sure, you get to trade out the dead card of Muck, but you have a less chance of finding the Decidueye. I really don't like this play from Stefan here. I really want to see what the last card is, but I can't quite see it from here. It looks like a Judge. It looks like it's a Judge. So yeah, I definitely don't like that play at all from Stefan then. I definitely would have liked to have seen him just Lele for Cynthia, play Cynthia. I don't know why he's making that trade there. That trade is suboptimal for sure. 6 cards here. Want to see the Candy Decidueye, and then probably another Zorua. Can't really afford to bench another Rowlet. See a Timer Ball here, so I'm hoping heads. There we go. I'm hoping this leads to Decidueye. Maybe Ninetales for Rare Candy Timer Ball. I don't see either Decidueye piece in the hand, so it probably has to be Ninetales for Rare Candy Timer Ball or Rare Candy Ultra Ball. I see he does play the Dartrix. I see the Dartrix. He's not going with the Dartrix. He's going with another Zoroark. And if that was his plan, to just go for another Zoroark, so either he prized something and didn't check his prizes, but if his plan is to go for another Zoroark, you just hold the Timer Ball there. You don't play it. That's another sequencing error there from Stefan. See the Field Blower on the Choice Band. I don't like that either. I'd rather save that to bump a Shrine as well as a Choice Band. The Choice Band on the bench Granbull isn't a huge threat. So I think another error there from Stefan. Now we're going into Bergerac's turn. Has Pokénav and Mysterious Treasure. Starts with the Pokénav. Ooh, Choice Band there is super nice, especially if you can find a Shrine, which he can do because he has Macargo. So I really want to see him take, set up the. You can't just take it. It's Pokénav. Choice Band Put Great Ball and Choice Band on top, and then instruct into those two. Would this work? Great Ball and Choice Band on top? Oh, I'm trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure it out too. I don't know what his play is exactly going to be. Looks like he's going to put Guzma something. Also, KOing the Rowlet here would be pretty cool too. I'd like to see that play go down if he can set it up. Let's see if he can do it, because I can't do it in my head. So you can get Guzma, Great Ball. Play the Great Ball. It's going with the Smooth Over. Play the Guzma. So you put the energy on top, play the Guzma. Okay, this works, yeah. Energy on top. So he's just gonna, I think he's gonna go KO Rowlet here, which I like. I think is the best play to go for here for sure. Because that's how the Zoroark deck can gets ahead in the matchup, is through the Feather Arrows. So if they don't get access to Feather Arrows, then yeah, that's how they get ahead in the matchup. That's how they get ahead in every matchup. If you don't have Decidueyes, the deck is kind of terrible. So he put the energy on top. So he's gonna go Guzma, bring up the Rowlet. I would assume you don't, nothing else really to bring up. Definitely want to bring up the Rowlet, I think, here for sure. Cards in hand, 4. He knows he has a Zoroark in hand, which again makes it kind of awkward that he did that. But yeah, go after the Rowlet. I think he was thinking about going after the Zoroark. The Zorua. He's like, yeah, I know he has Zoroark in hand, but it's really just not worth it. Attach, Mysterious Treasure, fail. That's what it's there for. It's just there to fail. There's no Psychic Pokemon in the deck. You're not going to get a Psychic Pokemon. Fails the Mysterious Treasure and gets a knockout on the Rowlet. So yeah, I guess I like this. After he saw what he saw in the Pokénav, could have also gone for the hit into the active with the Choice Band and then get a Shrine in play off the Smooth Over. But I think this play is just as good. Deals with the threat of the Rowlet immediately, and you can kind of go for the Shrine play later on. Especially if he's setting up a Ninetales here, which I don't like from Stefan. I think he should just attack with Zoroark here. I guess he gets to get the knockout here on the Granbull on the bench, which is okay. But this means all Bergerac needs on his turn is actually just... I guess that doesn't work as well as I thought. No, this is fine. This is fine from Stefan. You get to punch this, set up the 2-shot, and knock out the Granbull. Yeah. Forget what I was saying. This is correct. I go too far in my head thinking about Shrine plays. Shrine play doesn't quite work. So he gets the Ninetales, he's getting Ultra Ball. And I assume playing it, getting rid of Cynthia here. So I hope he has a draw supporter in hand past this. Gets the Rowlet. Still want to set up the Decidueye. It's gonna have, with how many turns of Feather Arrow he has not had. Gonna go with the Judge here. With how many turns of Feather Arrow he has not had, I feel like he's kind of too far behind to really pull this one out. I think at this point, with how set up Bergerac is as well, he's like a double Rango in play, double Granbull setup. One of them is going to go down, sure, but he's got the Ditto. He's got a Macargo still. You're not even knocking out the Macargo. I would scoop here, Stefan. I think I would scoop, save time. This is a matchup where it's kind of the games are reasonably long. So if you have a solid length game 1, solid length game 2, you're not really gonna be able to finish game 3 in time. You'll probably see a tie. So yeah, 70, knock out the Granbull on the bench, sure. Over to Bergerac's hand, definitely gonna be able to thin this out, no problem. The question is, what is he gonna do? Probably Stretcher for 3 here, maybe just Stretcher for the so he can go, he's figuring out in his head, he can go Ultra Ball here, just get Snubble. Maybe then Stretcher for 3. Maybe go, so there's the Macargo. So once again, this goes back to me wanting him to like get the Macargo out sooner. Smooth over the Choice Band. Oh, so he gets the Choice Band player. This is actually great here for Bergerac. Boom, Choice Band. Smooth over. He can put Shrine on top if he really wants to. Yeah, you will definitely want to KO it in one hit here. Shrine on top, Stretcher for 1, get Snubble, attach a Snubble, knockout. And then he's down to 2 prizes. The Shrine tick will tick once on the bench Zoroarks. And this is what I was saying about saving the Field Blower to bump a Shrine, because Bergerac can then like play the Shrine on his turn, get one tick of it, but you just don't want to get the tick going back into his turn, because that's when the Granbull is able to one-shot a Zoroark, which is what you want to avoid. So here it would be really good to play a Field Blower if it was a little bit earlier in the game, or even at here, because then Bergerac needs to get his hand down to 0, get a Granbull, get a Choice Band, and get a Shrine to win on his next turn. But in this situation, the Shrine is just going to tick back into his turn. He doesn't have the Field Blower anymore to remove the Shrine. So I don't see Bergerac really losing this one. He has a ton of time too. Stefan has 5 prizes left, so yeah. I just don't see Bergerac losing this one. And this is what I was saying, where I think I would, like, last turn, I would have liked to have seen Stefan scoop. Save time. Like, we're 20 minutes into game 1, and if game 2 is reasonably as long, we're not going to have time to finish game 3. So yeah, once again, would have liked to have seen Stefan scoop. But we'll see. I mean, he can definitely win the games pretty fast because he does play the muck. Which means he can, if he just sets up muck and starts swinging, the games can be over pretty fast, potentially, but sometimes not so much. The shrine ticks, and this is the shrine tick that I was talking about. We should see Bergerac be able to close it out here, I think, because he can use the Diantha, because he's Granbull did just get knocked out, and he can just get he had switch in hand, or he top deck switch, I don't know. Diantha for Granbull choice band, and then smooth over an Ultra Ball, instruct an Ultra Ball, close out the game. Like, there's no way he ever loses here. He's going for Ultra Ball choice band. This works as well. There's like so many ways for him to do this. It's insane. It's insane. Gets the Granbull, attach choice band, all out, knockout. There we go. Going into game 3 now. Oh, going into game 2 now, not game 3. I'm already way ahead of myself thinking about game 3. We will have Stefan going first. Turn 1 Elm. There's no Ditto. That's not good. It looks like it was Ultra Ball for Lele for Elm. No Ditto, which means there's going to be no muck, early muck. But besides that, he's set up really well. He's got the double Rowlet, which you want to see. He's got the 2 Zoruas, which another thing you want to see. And he's got the Vulpix. This setup is, with this kind of setup going first, you're favored against the Granbull. The muck is a little bit extra in the matchup, not necessary. It's just a nice to have. It really locks up the matchup really well. Like, there's really nothing they can do against muck. They can't keep up with the muck. But it's unnecessary to gain an advantage in the matchup. It's just nice to have in the matchup, and he does run it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see him take advantage of it this game. On Bergerac's side, we do see the Nest Ball, or the Apricorn Maker, turn 1 for double Nest Ball. Maybe he has a great, I think he probably has a Great Ball in hand if he's shuffling up again. Or shuffling up already and not playing the Nest Balls. I would expect to see a Great Ball. Yep, there's the Great Ball. He has triple Nest Ball. So I actually would have liked to have seen him Great Ball after the Nest Balls, I think. To increase his chance of getting an evolution. Yeah, that's triple Nest Ball. So yeah, I don't like this Great Ball from Bergerac. I would like to see him play the 3 Nest Balls down, get the basics, play the Great Ball for the evolutions. Although he already has a Granbull and a Macargo in hand. You just almost don't want this Granbull, actually. He's gonna go for it though. I guess if you get enough stumbles down, it's fine. But I guess maybe you'd want an Oranguru off the, what's it called anyways? First Nest Ball, Slugma. Second Nest Ball, Snubble. Third Nest Ball, Oranguru, I assume. There we go, Oranguru. I guess you would have liked another basic here. You would have liked like the second Oranguru or something else in the game. No, actually, so I like the Great Ball actually before the Nest Balls from Bergerac, because you actually would like to fill your bench turn 1 with ideally second Oranguru you'd want here, I think. Yeah, you'd ideally want second Oranguru here. So yeah, I'm actually fine with this from Bergerac. I take my previous statement back. And the pass. Hand is fully set up to get going next turn. He's got Granbull, Choice Band, Macargo. One Oranguru, while not optimal, will be fine. We see Stefan retreating before trading. Even if he is going to judge, you'd still want to keep the energy on the active Rowlet. You know, a little bit missequencing. It's not a huge deal. Won't be a huge deal on this one. I thought I would at least point it out. You should judge and trade and then retreat. But probably won't be a huge deal. Hopefully not a huge deal. Alright, here we go with 4. Judge is definitely a card Stefan you definitely want to save for later as Stefan. So it was a mistrade there. He had a Choice Band in hand. You always trade Choice Band against Granbull. You're never using Choice Band in this matchup. Not that I can think of. Yeah, you're never using Choice Band. Should have traded the Choice Band. Yeah, there's the muck, so it must be just the Ditto prize here from Stefan. I actually don't want to see him Ultra Ball it away, but I think the rest of his hand is better, so you're going to have to go with the Ultra Ball it away here, I think, from Stefan. I would like to see a Decidueye here from him. Rare Candy Decidueye, and then put 20 on the Snubble on the bench. Knock out this Snubble, and then set up this other Snubble to be knocked out in the following turns. He's going with a Zoroark here, though. Maybe the rest of his hand is dead. What is it? Looks like it maybe is just Rare Candy Guzma. In which case, if you're going to get the Zoroark, I would like to see him just trade the Guzma. It's not like that important to have. It is nice to chase down Macargos, but His hand really isn't set up to chase down Macargo, so I would like to have seen him just trade the Guzma, get the extra 2 cards. I'm not a big fan of that, just hitting and not doing that trade. Alright, over to Bergerac. I would send up the Ditto here, I think, if I was Bergerac. There's a pretty good potential of double Decidueye coming out next turn, so you should just go ahead and go for it. Oh, this hand is not good, not great from Bergerac. He actually just can't do anything with it. So holding the Guzma here might be pretty good from Stefan. It might end up working out here from Stefan, because we might just see Bergerac go Guzma up a Rowlet and pass. Well, we'll probably see Guzma evolve Stretcher for 1 for the Snubble, yeah, probably, and then Instruct for 2. So it's possible he gets a big attack off, and KOing a Rowlet is actually pretty good. So I expect us to see him Guzma up the Rowlet here. Thinking hard, because if he is able to take the knockout, okay, so he's going for the Zoroark. He's got to send something up himself. Yeah, Granbull, there we go. Struck for 2. 1, 2, not gonna do it. Already played Guzma. Can't play the Apricorn Maker. Hit for 30. He does set up the Zoroark to be 2-shot, which I think is definitely fine here. I wouldn't hate seeing him play. I would like to see him play the Great Ball here to try and find an evolution for this Ditto. I really want to see him play the Great Ball here. I would like to see this Ditto evolved. I'd be scared of this Ditto getting knocked out next turn. There we go. At least a Granbull. Do it. Grab the Granbull. Evolve the Ditto. Double Decidueye is very much not out. Would not be ridiculous for Stefan to hit next turn. He's got 2 Zoroark set up. He's had 2 turns to thin out his deck. All he really needs is a Ninetale to set it up, and he could definitely get it and get that free prize on the Ditto. Which you kind of want to keep as an evolution here. But maybe he doesn't care because then the Granbull doesn't get knocked out, I guess. So maybe it's not that big of a deal that he doesn't get it. So yeah, he hits for the 30 here. Yeah, maybe it's not that big of a deal that he doesn't evolve Ditto. Because if Stefan commits the Feather Arrows on the Ditto, then he can't knock out the active, so it's kind of like the same thing. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe I'm overthinking the Ditto. The Ditto getting knocked out here. It's fine. So the 30 damage is like not, even though it seems like a big whiff on the all out, it's not really not that big of a deal because it sets up the 2-shot pretty well. Now Bergerac just needs a Choice Band or a Shrine to stick and play for 2 turns after getting a full all out for 160, and then he gets the knockout on the Zoroark anyways. Yeah, I think I overthought the knockout on the Ditto a little bit because then he can't knock out the active Granbull anyways. He immediately commits the energy attachment to the Vulpix, so we should see Guzma knockout on the one for the Oranguru here. And I like this because he didn't evolve the Macargo last turn, so you know this is his only source of drawing cards, so I like the KO on the Oranguru here. Knockout. He has 2 outs to evolving the Macargo. Very slow evolving on the Decidueyes from Stefan. Not being able to find the Ninetales early on, which is what you want to see. It's where you want to get the Decidueyes out there, getting that extra snipe damage. That's how you get ahead with this deck, like I mentioned before. So Bergerac once again working it out. He should be able to get down to 0 cards here. He doesn't have to though. Once again, it's gonna be hard for him to. He'd have to hit like Choice Band and Shrine to really want to commit to getting down to 0 cards. Like hitting super hard here isn't super relevant. Hitting just for the what's it called again is like fine. Hitting for 30 on this Zoroark is actually just fine. Once again. So he has an S Ball in hand and he's getting Great Ball, Ultra Ball. Thinking about it. Yeah, I think he should just commit to trying to draw as many cards as possible this turn and just hitting for 30. I think that's more than a reasonable play. Looks like he wants to commit to the big draw here, though. To the big swing here, though. It's just so much to hit. It's like not worth it. Just hit him for 30 here and then just clean up later on the next turn. I would go like Evolve, Attach, play Great Ball, or Nest Ball for Oranguru, play Great Ball, whiff, and Struck for 2. See if I whiff the Great Ball, Struck for 2, then probably Ultra Ball goes away to get the Macargo. Yeah. So there's the attach to the Snubble. Evolves the Ditto this turn. Still about the same thing. I actually do want to evolve the Ditto because they could get a play of like Guzma knock out a Snubble or the Macargo and then double snipe the Ditto with the Decidueye, so they get the extra prize there. So yeah, it's definitely worth to evolve it as soon as possible. Smooth over. I would like to see a Shrine here, I think. Maybe something else to set up. We'll see. I'm interested to see what he goes for. Looks like he's gonna go for the Choice Band. Not an incredibly huge fan of that. I don't know how that really helps him that much this turn. Like I said, I think he should just commit to the 2-shotting this. So I would like to have seen a Shrine come out here. And just commit to the 2-shot. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, when you draw that, the Choice Band looks a lot better. That was an insane draw from Bergerac. Holy moly. Alright, yeah, once again, I would like to see him just commit to smooth over in the Shrine. Get the Shrine damage going, because you need that to set up the 2-shot. And then just play to knock out the Zorak on the next turn. But setting up the Choice Band and then drawing into Shrine Choice Band is a little bit better, just a little bit. I see a trade here, starting off from Stefan. Another trade. I see an Ultra Ball, a Max Potion, a DCE, 9 Tails. Really would like to see a second Decidueye be set up here. So Timer Ball, Rare Candy, ideally. But we'll see what he ends up getting, what he has access to. There's a Rare Candy. So now I'm expecting a Timer Ball. There's an Ultra Ball in hand, so we should be able to get up the second Decidueye, which means he's knocking out the active. That's what we're looking for, what we want to see. So maybe a useless item to throw away. There's the Field Blower as well. I like to see the Field Blower as well. Get rid of that Shrine. That's really what you want to use the Field Blower for. And we saw him not do that in the first game. He kind of just like threw it away. Yeah, don't forget the Rare Candy in the Shrine. Or Rare Candy in the Field Blower. So there's only 10 minutes left. And Stefan still has to take 4 prizes. So it's actually very possible, with how long Bergerac's turns can be just through the smooth over and the instructing and making sure he sets up his hand and everything correctly, that we might not even see a game 3. Let's play the Ultra Ball. You want to play the Ultra Ball. I don't know about getting rid of DCE, but I can't see the rest of his hand, so. Decidueye. Let's see the right candy. Decidueye. Stretcher definitely seems like the right card to discard there. Or Candy Decidueye. I definitely want to play the Field Blower. I can't tell. The other card is Max Potion and something. Oh, Acerola. Yeah, Acerola is really good here. Yeah. Acerola is the active Zorak. Send up the other one. Gets to save the Max Potion for later too. Max Potion is the 30 damage. That's great as well. Yeah, so he gets to pretty much play. He plays out his whole hand. I think he's got a Zorak left. Double Feather Arrow. Yeah, can't forget those. And then Ride is Beating Knockout. Awesome. Get to see the one shot here from Stefan. Over to Bergerac. Not a whole lot going on. Needs a lot this turn. I think we're definitely going to see. Gonna start with a smooth over. I'm interested to see what he goes for here. The Diantha play might be able to pull it off. Won't really be able to pull off the one shot though. He's not gonna be able to pull off the one shot. Not the one shot. I don't know. He can get like the Shrine Choice Band Granbull attack, but then he has no follow up. So I'm interested to see what he goes for here with this Diantha. Yeah, we'll see. Stretcher. It's gonna be for 1. It's gonna be for the Granbull. Instruct for 3. Ugh, it's a little gross. He can work with it though. There's definitely a possibility to work with it. You can go Diantha for Ultra Ball and another card, so it's not terrible. But you really need Shrine and Choice Band here, I feel like, as Bergerac. But it's got to be like Ultra Ball. I don't think he can quite get there. Going Ultra Ball Shrine. Better than nothing, I guess. Switching it back to the Choice Band, thinking about the Choice Band. He could then next turn pull off like a Guzma play, or attempt to pull off a Guzma play. And so I guess that would work. Ultra Ball has to be for a Snubble, and then he can ideally hit for 190. He's going to be hit for 190, and then ideally next turn hit something else with a Guzma, and then put the Shrine in play. Because if Stefan's smart here, he's going to leave the Zorak in the active. He doesn't want to get like KO'd through Shrine off the bench. There it is. Draw here from Stefan. This Granbull should be going down for sure this turn. Trade 1, trade 2. Has another DCE, but once again, just leave this Zorak active. Do not retreat this Zorak. Don't let it get KO'd off the bench from Shrine. I would just KO the Granbull here. That's so many important cards. So I don't like this play from Stefan. Or am I okay with it? KO this. But he's opening himself up to being punished with Shrine being put in play. He can actually get punished really hard here if Bergerac is able to get a Shrine in play next turn. He gets punished really, really hard from this play. So I think just KOing the active Granbull is like a fine play. You're just going to win the game through that line of play every time. I feel like. So this play is just kind of like unnecessary from Stefan. It potentially shuts down Bergerac harder, but you're like gonna win the game either way. If you KO this Granbull with this Zoroark KOs the next Granbull, and then you find like use this Guzma to use Ninetales with another energy to KO anything, Macargo, whatever it might be, something off the bench, you just win. But if this Zoroark gets knocked out simultaneously while another GX gets knocked out, that's the only way you lose as Stefan. So I really don't like this Guzma, even though it shuts down Bergerac's next turn a little bit harder. It also gives Bergerac an out to winning the game. So I actually don't like this Guzma play here from Stefan. I would also like to see him put the 2 Decidueye snipes on the Slugma, I think. So he could do a play of like Guzma knockout, Macargo plus double snipe the Slugma. Because you can do this next turn. You can do this double snipe next turn as Stefan and then get the knockout. So we're seeing Smooth over here first from Bergerac, but I don't see an Oranguru in his deck. I think he prize double Oranguru this game. Yeah, and that's going to be the scoop. Or was one KO'd earlier, I actually forget. So they're going into game 3 with 4 minutes. It's going to have to be like a donk for someone to take this one. So I guess just going over that. Yeah, it was just really that last play I didn't really like from Stefan. And I think the turn before, and then the one play I didn't like from Bergerac was when he got lucky off it. He put the Choice Band on top and then instructed into Choice Band, Shrine, Choice Band. I would like to see him just like play a little bit harder just to draw cards, put the Shrine on top, set up that, get that Shrine damage ticking, and then just play to draw more cards so you don't get put in the situation he was put in where once the Oranguru is knocked out, you just lose. Once again, I wasn't a huge fan of the Oranguru play from Stefan because it's like, I think it's the only way he ever wins that game is if that Zoroark on the bench simultaneously gets knocked out when another Zoroark gets knocked out, and he kind of set himself up for that to happen by KOing the Oranguru, leaving the Granbull fully set up, and not just forcing Bergerac to use an attack, his attack return, into KOing that already damaged Zoroark that could get knocked out from Shrine. So going into game 3 here, if there's any hope for either player to win, it's going to have to be quick. Might even have to be like a Rowlet pass here from Stefan. But no, there's the Ultra Ball. I assume we'll see Lele for Elm. 30 seconds left, and this one is just about over. So it was played pretty cleanly by both players. It's hard for me to comment on the Granbull deck too much because I don't have a ton of experience with it, and it's a super complicated deck. Bergerac seemed to play it very well, though. Stefan's side, I think, was definitely a little bit sloppier. Definitely some more basic sequencing errors made by Stefan. We're about to see time get called right here. So this one is going to end in a tie here in round 7. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, give it a like. If you enjoy the content, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow me on Twitter, check out my live stream, links for those in the description below. Have a good day, thanks for watching, and peace.